In the previous episode, I briefly mentioned the step-ladder approach to help our children deal with fear and anxiety. I was pleased to see the response and the messages and the curiosity about the step-ladder approach. In this episode, I'll be talking about that approach. Hi, I'm Alpana Dev and you are listening to Mother's Gurukul Podcast, a place where I talk about various aspects of parenting and share my tips and tricks to make your parenting journey smooth and beautiful. I also talk about some motivational topics that will make your life easy. So let's learn together, let's grow together at Mother's Gurukul Podcast. As the name suggests, it is a step-by-step approach in which we help the person experiencing some fear or going through anxiety. As parents, we try to help children conquer some of these moments. When we experience anxiety, we tend to feel overwhelmed, even in simple situations. The step-ladder approach is a gradual exposure technique to help people of all ages conquer their fears and tackle problems they previously perceived as overwhelming. It is one of the behavioral components of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and it is helpful to know about when encouraging your child to address their fears. The best way to conquer fear is to face it. But it is not easy as it sounds. When we say it is an exposure technique, that doesn't mean that you are thrown into a situation that is the cause of your anxiety. Instead, it is done in a way that allows us to achieve small successes to move ourselves up the ladder to full approach. I repeat, it is done in a way that allows us to achieve small success to move ourselves up the ladder to full exposure. Now here, one crucial point. We have to appreciate every step. Even if the milestone, the success is small, still we are moving towards full exposure and we have to celebrate that success, that effort. We have to be proud of our actions. Children can do wonders if they get an appreciation for their efforts. As parents, we are very quick to point out their mistakes. And when they do something good, we don't say much. We expect them to understand that our silence means we like their efforts. But when we verbalize their mistakes, then why not verbalize their efforts? For example, when our infant learns to walk, with every step they took, we cheered them up. We encouraged them to take the next step. We unknowingly have been following the step-ladder approach ever since our children started to understand. The only difference between then and now was when they were babies, we took their efforts like achievements and celebrated them. But as they grew, the celebration went on the back burner and teaching took the front seat. So first, let's start in simple words. Then we will move towards technical. I want to give you an example that we all experienced when our kids were young. Separation anxiety. Sometimes such concepts are better understood with examples, isn't it? Do you remember how did you handle separation anxiety among your kids? Wasn't that a gradual process? Some kids are susceptible to their mom's absence even for a minute. Your step-ladder approach in that situation started by asking your child to stay and play in their bedroom for 15 minutes. Then, asking your child to continue playing inside or watch TV while you finish your chores in the backyard, keeping an eye on them. Then, have them stay at home with dad while you go for shopping for an hour or so. And then, get them to stay at home with maybe an aunt or grandparent while mom and dad go out together. These steps on the ladder can all be adapted to your child's situation to their age and to what their age can handle. This can be done in a very subtle manner. From my experience, if parents are at ease, kids learn and accept the change easily when it comes to them. Make it a gradual process simply out of challenges. Reward and encourage them when they succeed. And if they don't, then try again. Make sure that you are moving up on the ladder and remember to celebrate each step. Imagine a ladder and decide on a goal that you want to achieve. Then divide the steps into easy, intermediate, difficult levels. When planning a step-ladder approach for your child, make sure that the steps are not very tough, because this will discourage your child from moving towards your goal. If the jump from step 1 to step 2 looks challenging, break it down into small steps. This helps your child to practice while coping up with anxiety. How can we help children in following the step-ladder approach? That is a question. So let's take the above example of separation anxiety. Ask your child what they want to do. If the child needs help, then give them suggestions. Make sure that while giving them tips, it doesn't mean you are trying to convince them, okay? You are suggesting them, not convincing them. They have to take the front seat. Once they have chosen their goal, teach them a couple of practices that they can follow in case they feel anxious. For example, deep breathing, backward counting, or some soothing words like, I can do it, or mommy, daddy will be back soon, something like that. Now is the time to put it into action. First, encourage your child to try to stay in the situation until their anxiety has passed. I know this is the hardest step, but believe me, anxiety never lasts for long. Once they pass that weak moment, it is a celebration time. Going by our example, if we immediately go inside the room when you see your child crying, you're not helping your child progress towards their goal. But if you control yourself and observe how your child is coping with that anxious moment, not able to see mommy or daddy around, this will help them conquer their fear of staying alone. But please remember, to master this step will take time. So do have patience. It might take several attempts. So work at your child's pace. Never forget to celebrate these milestones. I am not in favor of offering candies or gifts as rewards. Instead, words of praise tell them how proud you are and let them call their close relatives and share this news. And last, but not the least, practice what you preach. While you teach your child the step-ladder approach, you should not hide your fears as parents. And when needed, apply the same for yourself too. If you want to read a little more about step-ladder approach and social anxiety, then I will be giving a link in the show notes and you can refer to that link. If you like today's episode and if you want to check out what all is there on Mother's Gurukul podcast, then don't forget to check out other episodes on the show. And I would love to know your feedback. If you are joining me for the first time, then thank you for tuning in. And yes, do subscribe to the channel. If you are listening to this podcast on iTunes, then I request you to please give your rating and review. And I would love to get in touch with you. You can connect me at Alpana_Dev on Twitter, Alpana Bapat on Instagram, and Mother's Gurukul on Facebook. You can also email me at mothersgurukulpodcast@gmail.com. And if you would like to read some parenting articles, then www.mothersgurukul.com is my blog. So I will see you soon with another interesting topic related to parenting in next episode. Till then, stay blessed, stay happy. Happy parenting.